Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Skyblock News. I'm your host, Derailious, and today we have round 3 of the Taurus Canyon Alpha, including some major changes to the Rainbow Feather, as well as sparkling critters. Before we begin, make sure to like and subscribe, use code RAIL on the Hypixel store for 5% off your order, and without any further ado, let's get started. So to begin here today, whenever you come over to the Safari Zone, there will be a very small 1 in 8,192 chance that any mob in the Safari Zone will be replaced with a sparkling mob. You'll notice these sparkling mobs based on the golden particles emitting from the mob, and catching them is no different than a normal mob. As you can see, I can just throw the critter capsule at the mob, and there I go. These mobs will give you 10 times the normal amount of rewards, as well as a rainbow feather, and they'll also progress your new sparkling critter decks. Note that this will be retroactive. You don't unlock the sparkling critter decks until you've unlocked the entire full regular critter decks, but once again, it's retroactive, so if you catch one of these sparkling critters super early on, you're not out of luck. That will count for the sparkling one. In the Safari Zone, there is what is called a Critter Dex. This basically allows you to look over all of the creatures that you have caught in the Safari Zone. It's not too complicated. Once you unlock a creature, it is now in the Critter Dex. Think of it like a miniature bestiary, although there is bestiaries for all of these mobs. But once you've unlocked every single mob in the Critter Dex, you'll be able to unlock the Sparkling Critter Dex. And as you can see, you can also find all of the mobs in the regular critter decks here, but you can only get them if they are sparkling. And there actually are some rewards for doing this. As you can see, for getting 5 of them, you get 10,000 hunting XP, 100 safari experience, and the basic sparkling critter catcher emblem. At milestone 2, you get the sparkling podium, 20k XP, and 200 safari essence. And I'll have that on screen right now. This can be placed on your island. For Tier 3, we have another sparkling thing coming soon, 30,000 hunting XP, and 300 safari experience. At Tier 4, you get the sparkling critter catcher emblem that is gold, you get 40k XP for hunting, and 400 safari experience. For Tier 5, you get the sparkling pet skin, this gives you 50k hunting XP, and 500 safari essence. And the second to last tier is the Safari Barn skin, 60,000 hunting XP, and 600 Safari Essence, and for catching all 37, you get the Diamond Sparkling Critter Master Catcher emblem, the 70,000 hunting XP, and 700 Safari Essence. There are also a couple things to note more generally about the sparkling system. First, the loot share that works across the entire Safari Zone also works on sparkling critters, so if someone else catches one, you will get the Rainbow Feather through the loot share. I don't know if you'll get the Critter Dex entry, but at the very least, you'll get the loot share, the bonus rewards, and the Rainbow Feather. But none of these systems and none of these mobs, these sparkling mobs, give you Skyblock XP, as do none of the rewards for getting them all. This is supposed to be an extra system that you could do if you want to, kind of like dyes. I think players will find this to be very fun, especially if they already enjoy hunting. It's going to be a completionist thing. It's not going to be super easy to max this out. I imagine eventually players will get down to their final few mobs that they need to catch in terms of sparkling, and they'll be really struggling to try to fully max this out. And the point is, you're not really meant to max this out in terms of completing the game. This is an extra thing that you could go to if you want to. The Macaw Shard also got a bit of an update. As you can see, it grants a 25% chance at max to get a bonus rainbow feather when hunting a sparkling critter in the Safari Zone. If you wanted to increase the chance of getting a sparkling mob, you can pick up this perk from the Safari Essence shop. It's called Sparkling Specialist, and it allows you to start the Safari Zone with a sparkling amulet, which increases the chance of critters being sparkling by double, bringing it from 1 in 8,192 to 1 in 4,096. The bonuses from the amulets do not stack, so if you have multiple people here with an amulet, that won't really do anything extra. And as you can see, the cost is 10,000 Safari Essence, so it's definitely going to be expensive. If you head over to the Safari Essence shop outside of the Safari Zone itself, you can pick up a new Reforge Stone. As you can see, this is called the Morning Dew. and it applies the Majestic Reforge when combined with the Safari Belt. It gives you 3 sweep, 12 foraging fortune, 3 hunting fortune, and 3 hunting wisdom at legendary. And it also has the Majestic bonus, which grants you 25 speed while in the Safari Zone. This is very nice, a super solid specific Reforged stone. I'm very happy they're giving us some bonus speed while in the Safari Zone. You can apply this to your Safari Belt outside of the zone, and the effect will apply when you're inside of the zone. So, as you can see, I have my Safari Belt on me. I can put the Morning Dew on the Safari Belt, and then I'm able to put it on. There I go. And now it's on, as you can see, and it also has that Majestic bonus. And now if I go over to the Safari Manager and I go into the zone, click on the NPC here, then I walk out, you can see I have my Majestic Safari Belt on. I also keep the perks on the belt, as you can see, as well as the 25 bonus speed. This will be very nice for use in the Safari Zone. Just 25 bonus speed makes you feel so much faster. And for those of you who may have been wondering what a rainbow feather is, as you can see, you can use it on a pet to increase its current level by 1. But you can't overlevel pets. As you can see, it's at 200, so I can't go above level 200. But if I had a pet that wasn't maxed, like my Rose Dragon, for instance, I could go over, I could apply the Rainbow Feather, boom, now it's level 176. I could keep on applying them if I wanted to. I don't believe there's an upper limit. So this will be the super rare drop as part of the critter system. Also, as you can see, the rainbow feathers are now back on the bazaar. They are now purchasable. I think this is fine overall. I think this does need to be monitored, but rainbow feathers are a lot rarer now than they were in their original form on the alpha. I don't think this is going to become a situation where players base their overall pet leveling experience off of rainbow feathers, or at least I hope not. If that ends up becoming the case, I hope the team does consider co-op soul binding these, but for now, I think it's okay to have these on the bazaar. The team also has a few other changes to note here. First, they have added Hunter Leonard, a new guy who just talks a little about a sparkling critter that he tried and failed to catch. This should introduce players to the concept of sparkling critters very well. They've also removed the 1.5x pet XP boost from mining. This boost was added to the game half a decade ago when mining was a struggling skill. However, it is now inarguably one of the most developed skills, and the boost is no longer necessary, especially when one looks at how quickly pet XP is gained from things like the Glaciite Tunnels mining commissions. I think this is reasonable to at least lower the boost. Removing it completely is going to be a bit of a shock to quite a few people. It is going to make mining not as good or not as dominant in terms of pet XP, especially since they've already lowered the amount of pet XP that you get from fig trees by, I believe, a factor of 10x. This is going to be a big deal for pet leveling. Pet leveling is going to become harder after this update, and stuff like the rainbow feathers are going to make it a little bit easier, but I think overall pet leveling is still going to be much, much harder after the release of this update. Oh yeah, something else the team has done, they have prevented players from joining a Safari Zone instance after 30 seconds have elapsed. This makes sense. You don't want players to catch a sparkling critter or they're about to get one and they're like, hey guys, I gotta warp you all in. There's going to be a sparkling critter here. That wouldn't be logical. It wouldn't be a good way to do it. So it makes sense there is going to be a 30-second lockout. The team is also still working on more Taurus Canyon related changes, notably foraging related changes. I imagine that the NPC sell price of Helix will be looked at. I've already seen some crazy stuff, people getting close to 80 mil an hour. That will need to be tweaked, but I imagine we'll have more patch notes to go over and changes to discuss in the near future. Overall, I'm a big fan of pretty much all of the content of this update, and I'm actually happy that the team has given a more long-term reason to go to the Safari Zone over and over. I think players will like it. I think people will find that it's just a fun activity to do, and going for many of those sparkling critters is going to be enjoyable for many people. I do imagine, though, eventually when players get to like 35, 36 out of 37 on their Safari Zone, sparkling critter decks, they might get a little bit upset when they're not able to catch that final critter. I think that's going to happen. It's like dyes, for example. You can go for them, for a very long time, and you may not get one, and that's just the nature of things. I'm glad that the team did not lock any Skyblock XP or anything too crazy behind that system. I think emblems are totally fine and should be used more in that manner. Would love to hear what you think about this update so far down below, and look to the future, fellas. I'll see you then.